I've been waking up pretty electrified, meaning that by the time my feet hit the floor, there's a current running through my body. Whether I'm tired or not, I don't mean energy. I mean vibration at a sped up pace. That's the best way I can describe it. And today, I still feel that same current. I think that's part of what I talked about for the past couple of days. That's what's been up for me, is feeling this push from the outside, right? This thrust that's like making the current move a little bit faster. But what I also brought with me this morning, probably back from my dreams and my subconscious, is a little bit more peace. In the past, I viewed peace as laziness. I viewed peace as lying, not being real, not being like enough of a warrior. You know, I really got stuck in my warrior for a long time. I was a very passive, overly passive wife, not at anyone's behest. This is all my own doing. And to come out of that and finally feel my own power, finally maybe not be afraid of my own power, was pretty intoxicating, and I definitely got drunk on it for a long time. And then also being able to have the power to make shifts, to use my body, to change the shape of my body, like all of those things came from this charging force. And so the transition that I'm going through now, and I'll always have fire. I will always have fire. That is my nature. But what is coming through now is a more balanced fire, is a fire along with a submission and receptivity, which means that, first of all, my masculine and feminine sides are becoming a little bit more balanced with a lot of work. So my man was wounded and absent. My inner man was wounded and absent, my animus. And so I overcompensated the shit out of that with way too much feminine energy and helplessness and damsel in distress and every kind of story you could think of. And then when I turned that on its head, you know, I did work a lot on healing my man. He still has some healing to go, but I really know that I've got me, that my interior man will always support me and keep me safe. And that takes so much pressure off my relationship. I was relying on the men in my life to provide me a boundary, safety, a feeling of like a strong man's arms around you. And listen, I'm not going to knock that. That feels amazing. But if you cannot give that to yourself first, and you're only looking it for someone else to give you, first of all, that's a lot of pressure to put on a relationship. But at the core of it, that stuff doesn't come from someone else. You know, what I was looking in someone else, and what I loved about men and what made me crazy about men is what I was hungry for inside me. And I would offer to the men that watch this channel, the same thing is true of your interior woman. We are certainly in a society as a man that you are not supposed to go there. You are not supposed to be receptive. You are not supposed to be open and swirly. You're supposed to be in your warrior all the time. And if you don't invite your lover, and even more, the feminine energy within you out, you will remain unbalanced. I was severely unbalanced for a long time. And listen, we all go in and out of balance all day long. But it's your ability to, first of all, recognize that you're out of balance, and then sort of try to right the ship with observance and kind of just sitting with it, working through it. And I do a shit ton of journaling. And very pointed journaling where I'm trying to uncover the stuff that my ego is desperate to hide and really good at hiding. So what I'm going to offer you today is, first of all, after all the fire that I've been delivering, I wish you some grace and peace today. That's what I woke up with, and it felt really like the softest blanket, and it felt really good. My soul needed it. So if you need that today, give yourself the grace of a little bit of softness. And then also take a moment to connect, if you're a man with your inner woman or a woman with your inner man, or some women really lead with their masculine energy. Connect with your inner woman. And same with men. If you have a strict connection with your feminine energy, connect with your masculine energy. Pick the one that you tend to neglect and bring it forward. Invite it forward. Spend some time today. Because in that way, your balance gets a little bit better. And your resilience gets much stronger. And you get far less reactive. Because one side isn't compensating over the other. They're not battling quite as much. They battle. And they take turns leading, and they should. But to have a moment of unity in those two types of energy is a really beautiful still point. Right there. And I wish that for you today. And I will see you tomorrow.